What do we have for Cancer at the foundation of the reading, please? Seven of Swords, Aquarius energy at the foundation of the reading, Cancer. All right, so leading up to the reading, I've been getting this message about the universe wanting you to be honest with yourself about something that is going on in your life right now to allow for some sort of forward momentum and or growth. It's to say that the universe wants you to focus on something because this thing, whatever it is holding you back from hitting the next level in the game, so to speak. But there seems to be this very protective energy that I'm getting from you, Cancer, surrounding this energy. It feels like one of those things in your life where you don't think it's making that much of a difference, but the universe is seeing the full trajectory of your path and think much differently about said thing. You know, this is a message here where the universe wants you to look at the finer details of your life because it's all these little details that add up into some sort of significant shift that is wanting to come through for you right now, Cancer. You know, this is a sort of cleanup kind of energy. It's like the universe saying, hey, we're ready to bring through this manifestation for you, Cancer, but we need to clean up this, that, and the other. Now, the Seven of Swords here is a very stealthy kind of energy. It's speaking about something that is there existing in your space, but you may not actually see just how much resistance it's causing for you. Let's get some surrounding energy. What do we have at the Sacral, please, Spirit? Okay, we're going to take both of these. Take this one first. Two of Wands, Aries energy. King of Wands, fire energy at the solar plexus. Now, this is so interesting because this King of Wands came out in the collective reading that I just put out. So what we have going on here is this Two of Wands is speaking about some sort of decision that you need to make here. It's like the universe saying to you, hey, Cancer, we have this new path that is opening up for you, but it's requiring some sort of inspired action on your part. I feel that this path is going to set you off on some sort of trajectory to some sort of major change in your life. This King of Wands here is a very commanding energy. I mean, this individual here, which is clearly Freddie Mercury, is commanding a massive crowd, right? But it's to say that whatever it is you're trying to manifest into your life, you land right on top of, right? So again, the universe here wants a sacrifice for this. The universe is saying to you, hey, Cancer, it's time to let such and such go. It's time to move on from whatever this may be. And just to give you an idea of how this can show up in your life, it can be mindsets, it can be behavioral patterns, it can be little addictions that we have that fly under the radar that we don't think will make that much of a difference. And I'm getting something here surrounding health. Okay, I feel like this is one of these situations where the divine is trying to get you, again, to clean up all of these little things because it's going to give you that much more energy. It's going to allow you to have that much more focus. And it's clearly a requirement to be able to pull through said manifestation because this manifestation here that you're trying to bring in is a big deal. It's not something that anybody can just pull through. So this is why it takes an incredible amount of discipline and focus to be able to do this. You know, this is the energy of a leader that I have on this table here. And the universe, well, needs you to start acting like one. So in order to become a leader, you have to move like a leader. And in order to move like a leader, you need to hold yourself accountable and be in a bit more disciplined behind closed doors. Interesting. This is one of these energies where the way you move in your personal life right now, Cancer, is going to make all the difference here. You know, when I get a message coming through about the way somebody is moving behind closed doors or when nobody else is around, can really be highlighting your connection with Source. You know, that can definitely be another side to this message here. It's time to really strengthen that connection with your higher self. What are you doing behind closed doors that you can start adjusting? And I'm hearing something about this having a direct impact on how you are going to show up when you're out in the world, right? When you're not behind closed doors. You know, this can also speak about people who put on a different persona when they come out into the world, and how Spirit right here is really guiding you to be much more honest, much more raw with who you are, where you're at in your life, because it's all of this that we truly need right now. What do we have at the heart, please? The Magician, Gemini, Virgo energy at the heart. Cancer, this message is as clear as day to me, okay? There's something that is right on the horizon line for you. You have all the tools you need to be able to anchor this manifestation into your reality, but for some reason, there's something there that you're holding on to that doesn't mix with this manifestation, right? And the magician here is also an energy that is speaking about focus, right? But I also feel that the message that we're having coming through here is all about things that you need to implement behind closed doors, so to speak, so you have more focus. You know, this could simply be one of these messages that doesn't need a whole lot of thought behind it. It could be a message of, oh yeah, I need to stop eating that. I need to stop drinking this. I need to stop watching this because it's doing something to my energy levels. It's making me feel depleted. I don't have the focus and energy that I could have to be able to pull through said manifestation in a reasonable amount of time. And this is actually a perfect message to be getting at this time, because some of the readings over the past few weeks have been speaking about people being a bit more disciplined, getting new schedules together, removing things from their diets, removing things from their everyday waking life that may be taking up too much time, right? You know, this is actually an incredibly positive message here, because it's telling me that something is that close to where the divine is saying, hey, Cancer, we're getting close, but now's the time to tighten some things up here, okay? So we can pull this thing through without there being any hiccups. And I'm also getting something here about your vibration being very commanding, right? It's like when I look at this, I think about how high his vibration must be, right? And then all these people are just completely in awe. What do we have at the throat, please, Spirit? Six of Pentacles, Taurus energy at the throat. Yeah, Cancer, there's some sort of blessing that's coming through for you here. And I also feel that once you're able to pinpoint whatever it is we're picking up here and you pluck it out, some sort of assistance is going to come through from the divine, right? Whenever I see this Six of Pentacles, it's like the universe saying, here you go, right? From another dimension. And the coins can be... The coins are just really representing whatever the assistance is. It could be financial, but a lot of the times I see this assistance coming through in the form of a download, an idea, right? All of a sudden something comes to you and you're like, oh my God, I have this $1 million idea. This is what we have here. And it makes a lot of sense that we're getting the Six of Pentacles following this message here, because it's like the universe saying to you, okay, Cancer, go ahead and start focusing on this, clean this up, tighten this up. We have something coming through for you. As soon as you're able to sacrifice said thing or release said thing, then we're going to bring through some support, which is going to help you get to the next level, right? You know, this entire energy so far is speaking about you shifting from a position where you're defending something in your life, right? Let's just say a mindset or a behavioral pattern. And it doesn't have to be literal, right? It could be something that you just do without even realizing it. I just heard a subconscious defense mechanism. It's almost like whatever there is being protected by some sort of learnt behavioral patterns. I could go really deep into that. But an example of what it is I'm picking up on is, let's say, like a trauma. And when something comes up where the universe is trying to help an individual work through that trauma, there's some sort of defensive reaction or some sort of protective mechanism that is triggered by a subconscious fear that is directly connected to said trauma. But this is truly the only thing standing in your way right now, Cancer. You know, for some of you, this could be directly connected to your physical conditioning and health. It's like Spirit saying, hey, are you really serious about doing this? Do you really want this manifestation? Because if you really want it and you're prepared to do the work to pull it through, we'll give it to you. But this is what we're going to need from you. So Spirit uses your health as leverage to bring in the manifestation. It's basically Spirit making a deal with you. All right, Cancer, this is what we want for this manifestation. So get to work, make it happen, right? And then right on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so here's the manifestation, right? Hand of God. It's like Seven of Swords here is you defending something, right? Let's just say whatever it is you need to release. The Two of Wands here is you making the decision, right? Okay, I'm ready. King of Wands is where you end up, right? You're in this power position, which supplies you with all the tools you need to begin the manifestation process, which triggers the Six of Pentacles, assistance from the divine. And also, let's call that your pay for taking care of said thing. And then right on the bottom of the deck, the Ace of Pentacles, the divine saying, all right, a deal's a deal. Here you go. What do we have at the third eye, please? Wow. Queen of Wands. So we have a pair, the king and the queen. And I love this Queen of Wands because it's somebody who's clearly directing a movie, right? A scene. It's like the next scene of your life. It's like all of a sudden the page turns, Cancer. And it all has to do with something that you are trying to defend that is simply not in support of the person you're becoming. You know, this could definitely be a lack mindset, right? You telling yourself a story as to why you can't do something or why you can't accomplish said thing, right? A lack mindset, a poverty mindset, something that you need to release and or replace with, no, I actually can do this. And the Seven of Swords at the foundation is hilarious to me because it's almost like you're in court, right? Spiritual court, defending your position. No, Spirit, this is why I can't release said thing. Right, again, this is representing all the excuses we make up in regards to something. And we all have something like this. And I also mentioned this in the most recent collective reading. You know, none of us are perfect. We all have room for improvement. And sometimes we don't realize how much something is holding us back until we release it. And then we just have this massive elevation and or glow up. Okay. Now, I feel that they wanted me to say glow up because for some of you, this is going to have something to do with your health. It's like you release something here, and I just heard spiritual bloating. Very interesting. Now, this can speak about some sort of emotional, energetic blockages, and this is typically going to build up in the solar plexus, which is interesting because we have the King of Wands there, right? So it's like you are able to break up some sort of energy here, and it puts you in this King of Wands energy. It's like all of a sudden you just shoot to the top of something. Let's just say vibrationally speaking, right? It's like all of a sudden you feel lighter. Yeah, whatever this is here, this is something that governs your personal power. It has something to do with your life experiences. And this could, okay, all right. I'm getting something here surrounding you needing to release some sort of trauma. Okay, it's going to be different for all of you because it's creating energetic baggage. So now what we have here is a message that is speaking to many different groups of you out there. For some of you, it could be a bit more literal and it could be something that's in your diet. For others, it could be little addictions that need to go. For some of you, it could be mindsets, behavioral patterns, lack mindsets specifically, poverty mindsets, right? I can't do that because of this and I'm not good enough, all this sort of stuff. And now we're getting something here around some sort of buildup of trauma in the solar plexus region, which can speak about some sort of impact to your self-confidence, right? All right, let's keep moving forward here. What do we have at the crown, please, Spirit? Wow, strength. Leo energy. And look, the strength card is so interesting because the lion is clearly going into like emergency surgery, right? And the strength card is also one of the cards that speaks about your health, self-care, self-love, speaks about your inner strength and fortitude, and it's at the crown. And the fact that we're seeing this lion sort of down and out being rushed into emergency surgery is really speaking to me about what I'm picking up inside the energy. More specifically, what we spoke about at the beginning of the reading, right? Thinking that something doesn't matter or something won't make a difference. Or for some of you, it could be a message about trying to be a bit too macho when you need to soften up a little bit. It's an interesting message, especially for you, Cancer, because you're a water sign and you're probably the most nurturing out of all of the other signs in the zodiac. That's your wheelhouse. But Cancers can also be guilty of nurturing everybody else around them except for their self. It's like they try to act like they're fine, right? When Spirit is saying, nuh-uh, you need to focus on yourself and what you need right now. You need to love on yourself. And I feel that this illustration perfectly depicts what it is that I'm trying to convey here, right? And it almost looks like she's trying to, I mean, it's like she's holding down the lion, but I just took a glance at it there, and it looked like she was almost trying to pull the lion's mask off, let's say a person, right? It's like somebody who is trying to be strong for everybody else around them, but has completely forgotten about their own needs in doing so. Ooh, interesting. It's getting a bit deep here now. All right, let's keep moving forward. What do we have at the foundation of the reading, please, Spirit? Page of Wands, fire energy at the foundation of the reading. Yeah, this Page of Wands speaks about some sort of setbacks to an idea that you have here or a manifestation, because again, Spirit is trying to get you to focus on some of the finer details of your life. You know, I would call this the holistic approach to a manifestation. It's like when you take the focus off the actual thing you're trying to manifest, and instead you put focus on all the things around your life to support this manifestation actually coming through. In other words, it's like Spirit saying to you, hey, we know you want to pull through this manifestation, but let's bring our attention to all these other sectors of your life that need nurturing right now. And if you do this, then this manifestation will come through without you even having to think twice about it. What do we have, the Sacral, please, Spirit? King of Swords underneath the Two of Wands at the Sacral. Yeah, there's this energy here where you're trying to make plans to move towards something without doing the work here that Spirit is trying to guide you to do right now. And this leads to some sort of failure in your strategy here. What do we have, the solar plexus, please, Spirit? Three of Wands, Aries energy underneath the King of Wands at the solar plexus. Wow, this is a literal repeat of the message I just got here, just slightly different. The King of Wands is representing you. This is the energy of a visionary leader. But then the Two of Wands underneath it here is speaking about some sort of poor planning and or fear of change, which is causing lack of movement. Yeah, I just heard very clearly, I don't know what this has to do with anything, right? You know, again, this is one of these situations where you're ready to go, but the universe says, okay, Cancer, there's this thing that we need you to sacrifice. And you're sitting there saying, well, what does that have to do with anything? I don't see how this is stopping me. I've done all the work. I have everything I need to be able to bring forward this manifestation. And again, the universe saying to you, yeah, we get all that, Cancer, but you can't see the trajectory of your life path like we can. Okay, this thing needs to be dealt with right now, because when you get further down the track, it becomes a problem and it gets to a point where it actually hinders any further growth. So let's go ahead, take care of this now so we don't have to worry about it in the future. And I feel that that one phrase alone is probably going to speak to a whole bunch of you. Let's take care of this now so we don't have to worry about it in the future. What do we have at the heart, please, Spirit? Wow, unbelievable. Three of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. Look what it says on this card. Vice, right? This is speaking about the thing, right? And see how the illustration here, it almost looks like something is trying to stand in front of your way. Standing in your way. It's like, this is the thing, this is the mindset, this is the behavioral pattern, this is the little addiction, this is the extra donut, whatever it is, right? And it's right underneath the Magician. And they've just given us the same message again for the third time back to back. This Three of Pentacles underneath the Magician here can also speak about poor planning, which is the result of some sort of vice, okay? It's like something is not translating into your reality because of said thing. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, Earth energy, also underneath the Magician. Now, Cancer, what I'm seeing here is that you get the memo from the universe and you actually do something about this, which triggers some sort of shift here. It's like there's some sort of creative idea that you're going to begin turning into something tangible. It's like you're finally going to move on from the space of feeling like you're always planning for something and not seeing the movement, right? Because you're going to bring attention to these things that the universe was asking you to focus on. And this is very clear. This is speaking about a manifestation literally coming into your reality. What do we have at the throat, please, Spirit? Seven of Swords. Aquarius energy at the throat. So we have the Seven of Swords twice here now. But I read these slightly differently. This Seven of Swords is you no longer being defensive over said thing, right? It's like you let something go, you're like, oh yeah, I see now what's going on here. And then boom, Six of Pentacles, right? The universe is like, yeah, great, that's all we wanted from you, right? We just wanted you to turn it over, to sacrifice that thing. You're like, oh yeah, I see it now. I didn't see it before. It's so clear to me now. And it says right here, knowledge of good and evil. I just feel that that's really highlighting the fact that you're able to see something clearly now. You're starting to see what is actually holding you back and what is in support of you on this path. Yeah, I just heard you're getting out of your own way. I mean, this is really what this whole reading is speaking about, getting out of your own way, right? What do we have at the third eye, please, Spirit? Page of Cups. Water energy at the third eye. Now, the Page of Cups here is highlighting much of what we said throughout this reading. And you can also see that this individual is incredibly fit, right? And this could just really be a metaphorical representation of what we've been picking up here, right? The things that you need to focus on, whatever that may be for you. But by bringing your attention to this, there's an incredible amount of elevation that takes place in your life. You know, the Page of Cups can speak about some sort of creative beginning. It's also an energy of synchronicity. I feel like there's going to be some sort of good news that comes through for you, Cancer, okay? This is one of these moments when the universe just kind of winks at you, right? Like, hey, we told you so. That's all we wanted you to do was love on yourself a little bit more by releasing things that aren't really serving you and your highest potential anymore. And in doing so, then we will bless you. We will open up the path for you. We will remove obstacles off of your path, rather. Cancer, we're here for you, but we also need you to be there for yourself. And then right on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Cups. This follows what I just said perfectly, right? There's your higher self. There's you. There's your inner child, right? There's this synchronicity, which is what the Page of Cups represents, right? It's like a calibration. It's like your higher self saying, yeah, see, I've always had your back. And then it's like your inner child is what's directly connected to quite possibly what it is you've been encouraged to release, right? It says right there, brings victory and peace, right? So brings a breakthrough. Okay, what do we have at the crown to close this out for Cancer, please? Okay, too many cards. Tower, Seven of Wands, Five of Cups. What do we have at the crown, please? Nine of Wands, Sag energy at the crown to close out the reading, Cancer. It says right here, universal medicine, elevation of the soul and the revelation of mysteries. God, the impenetrable secret. Now, the Nine of Wands here is highlighting your resilience. It's also an energy that's testing your faith. It's to say that the universe wants you to trust that when you put in the work to release said thing, your manifestation will begin to make its way towards you. So Cancer, however this is showing up in your life right now, I certainly hope that you were able to take something from this to help assist you in pulling through this manifestation. So with that, I will leave it here. All right, Cancer, this is what I have for all of you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Also, if you got something useful from this reading, consider giving it a hype to help get the video into the algorithm for other individuals who also might need to hear this message. If you would like to join the membership section of my channel, you can click on the join button or find the link down below. I upload additional videos there each month, so go check it out. Those readings are quite potent because I pick up on a smaller collective of individuals. I'm also running a 15% off sale at PLUTOBEANstudio.com, where I have a number of items which are extensions of the creative output of my channel. You can see a lot of the items in the sidebar and also down below this video. So go check it out if you want to see some of the other things that I've been working on. I also still have some limited spots open for personal readings. You can find that information down below in the description. I also wanted to thank everybody who's been donating to my channel lately. Your donations help keep my channel going, so thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. But lastly, I would like to know how this reading resonated with you. So leave me a heart and or a comment down below, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care.